What's going on, Bears fans? Welcome to another daily episode of Chicago Bears Central. I'm one of your hosts here, Haize, holding it down for C-Dub and Bobby as we prepare to get into another daily episode for Chicago Bears Central. In today's episode, we'll be speculating on if the Bears should make a move for DK Metcalf and how that could improve this wide receiver core instantly. We'll also be talking about key Bears players to look out for in the 2022 season that could be very important for what the Bears ultimately are able to do this season. We'll get into that and more right after this.
You are now tuned in to Chicago Bears Central, your #1 place for all Chicago Bears news and content.
All right, Bears fans. So, as some of you guys may know, may have not known, DK Metcalf is apparently holding out of camp with the Seattle Seahawks. So, I almost said Supersonics there. All right, I hope that there's a Supersonics team again sometime soon, but that's for my basketball fans. Nonetheless, what does DK Metcalf holding out? Now, this is a very young player, still only 24 years of age, 6'4", 235 pounds. This would be a big target for possibly Justin Fields. We actually talked about it as well. Me, C-Dub, and Bobby, we talked about it on another episode previously of just what could this mean. He's a 3-year NFL vet. He's played in just about every game he's been available for, has no major health concerns. Like I said, at 24 years old, let's go over his averages. So, per his career, 49 games played, 48 of those games he started, 216 receptions for 3,170 yards. He averages 14.7 yards per reception, 29 touchdowns over the course of his career, 12 of those just coming in last year. He's improved his touchdown numbers every single year, even though his yards were down last year over the previous season as well. Only 5 fumbles over the course of his whole career as well. DK Metcalf would be a hell of a player for the Bears to go out and get, as well as he does fit in not getting any long-term or big money. Again, he signed a 4-year deal for only $4,586.86 million. So again, $4 million contract, basically. Let's round it up to $5 million contract. He signed a 4-year deal. He's on the end of that. So if the Bears were able to sign him, I'm sure they would probably have to work out an extension probably right away. You probably will want that security. Now, with that being said, the reason why I do see that this may be a possibility, again, I'm not even going to get into what the Bears would have to give up, any type of first round or draft capital. That's just a prerequisite for that. But the reason why I could see Ryan Poles going after this is because this is basically making an offseason acquisition of next year, just making it within this season. That's the way that they can look at it. That's the way that I hope at least Ryan Poles looks at it. We know he wants to really save that cap flexibility next season, and he wants. I think the Bears are prepared to go in with the most cap space in next offseason. But when you look at it, even giving up, if they did have to sign him to an extension right away, just to guarantee and lock that in and facilitate that deal, that you just basically making your off-season acquisition right away. And yeah, it does eat into your cap space, but you have to ask yourself, all right, if DK Metcalf was on the free agent market next season and you signed him, would you go after him? And I think he'd absolutely be a target. This could be somebody, again, who can come in and improve that wide receiver core drastically right away, being a big target, being a great pairing with Darnell Mooney as well. Listen, I know this is pie in the sky dream. Will it happen? Well, it remains to be seen. More than likely, he's probably going to get his extension. He's probably going to get his money. But we'll see, right? Let me know what you guys think down below. If DK Metcalf is a realistic possibility, if him holding out and that those contract extension talks with the Seahawks do not go as planned, and he just wants out, nothing. And let me be clear here. I want to do fair reporting. Nothing is said right now that they are looking to move him or that they're even considering moving him. This is just a speculative piece, just me talking about looking at what's out there. Maybe the Bears can capitalize off off what's going on with the Seahawks. Again, I can admit that it's probably not likely to happen, but it is a great thing to talk about as well. The team did not excuse his absence for missing a mandatory camp. It all comes down to money. Could the Bears be interested in it? I hope so. But, we'll see what happens. Let me know what you guys think down below on that. We have one more topic to get into before I do end this daily episode, because keep in mind, we have a full episode coming this evening. Me, C-Dub, and Bobby, the full kit and caboodle. We will be having our normal Wednesday episodes, the full episodes. Those usually go about 25, 30 minutes, so be on the lookout for that to drop sometime this evening. But last thing that I want to talk about is key Bears players other than Justin Fields. We already know Justin Fields is the key to right now just about everything that the Bears are going to do. He's the one that we want to see have the most improvement. He's the one that we want to see take the biggest leaps. He's the one that we want to see at the end of the season knowing exactly what we have in him. So, yeah, Justin Fields, that goes without saying. But some of the other ones that I want to take a look at of players that could be very big parts of what the Chicago Bears do this season. And I'm going to start off with Jalen Johnson. I know some start playing with the second unit, cause some concern, all that. But Jalen Johnson is going to be a big part of what they do. And as well as his pairing with Kyle Gordon. I think both rookies as well are going to be a big part because they're projected to be starters on the Chicago Bears team, are going to be huge parts of what the Chicago Bears do. But we all know that, right? I'm not going to spend a lot of time on that. But Tevin Jenkins and Larry Borom, for the most part, are also going to be very big parts of what, because listen, you have to protect the quarterback. And if Fields is the franchise, which he is, and if we're going to get the best play out of him possible, you have to have his protection in place. And they're going to be a very big part of projected wise as far as taking care of that. The way that Luke Getsy's offense looks like it's going to be run is that Jenkins and Borom have to do their thing. They have to be more than serviceable in just the pass game. They have to do that and do the things in the run game for what the Bears are looking to do. Especially, they're probably going to run the ball a lot as well. They're going to be extremely important, and especially for protection over the course of the 18 weeks of this season for what the Bears do. So be on the lookout for that. But another one that I want to mention, this is the last one, with Khalil Mack being gone, Travis Gibson is going to be a very big part of what the Chicago Bears do. He's going to be a huge part in what our defense does, being able to attack the quarterback, being able to hopefully get the other team in bad situations on third downs and things like that. He's going to be putting pressure on the other team's quarterback. It's going to be something that not only helps the front line, but it also helps our players in the secondary as well. When you really look at it, that defensive line and anybody taking a leap, if Travis Gibson does make a leap this season, it can really completely change how easy or how this defense looks. While I do expect that our front line and our defense as a whole, I do expect our defense to be pretty good. It's going to be a very big part of that as well. But let me know what you guys think about that down below. Also, whatever wide receiver does step up as well, we need another wide receiver to step up. We pretty much know what we're going to get from Darnell Mooney. Now, there are some that, question if he's the true number one, whatever or not, but we know pretty much what we're going to get from him. Who else shows up in that wide receiver core? Because guess what? If you only have one wide receiver to do what you do, that's going to make the other team's defense know how to stop us and make things even harder on Justin Fields as well. So is Byron Pringle, is Velus Jones, are they going to step up and also help this team? So yeah, let me know what you guys think down below on those thoughts. Let me know who are some of the players that you hope to also step up in this 2022-23 season as well. Like I said, be on the lookout for us tonight as we do our full episode tonight. All three of us will be here live. So, yeah, that's it for me for today. Thank you for tuning in to Chicago Bears Central. Make sure you're also following the show at Chi Bears Central on every social media platform. You can also send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns, ChicagoBearsCentral@gmail.com. And lastly, if you want to leave a text and our voicemail, 773-270-2799. Thank you for tuning in. Go Bears, bear down. I'm out. Peace, y'all.
This has been a presentation of the Break Media.